So the idea, the creative sort of impulse behind today's meditation is that we all have, at least in my belief system, you don't have to believe this, but I'm going to offer it to you if you like the idea, that there's three of each of us. Maybe there's many, many more than three. But the three parts of us that I want to explore are our ordinary self, like the me that has a personality, likes chocolate ice cream more than vanilla ice cream, you know, that part of ourself. And then our higher self, which you might have your own word for. It might be my soul or my true self or the part of me that's all loving goodness. Whatever your words are, what really matter here. And then the third part that I think it will be fun and helpful to explore in meditation is the universal self. And that might be the way you connect with God or with source or with the goodness in all people or with nature. So everyone has their own way with language and experience to relate to this idea, and please make this your own. I'm using the words here that resonate the most with me, like my ordinary self, which is it's not to put down our ordinary self, and higher self, or I even like true self better, or soul. Those are the three words that resonate with me the most. And then the universal, and that the way I connect to the universal, what comes in through meditation practice often, and also not in meditation, but is a very expanded zone. So I think of it as the zone of being that doesn't have a lot of barriers, is really in connection with non-ordinary reality, with the mystical, with also kind of a zone of non-language, of just being. And there's many different ways to relate to that, but for some that might be more with a sense of the creator, or like the source of all goodness, or love as a frequency. So really whatever works for you. And so we're going to bring that concept into meditation with the goal today that you will get more clarity in the meditation process about your inner knowing and experience of your soul or true self, your connection to the universal, and of course you, the myself, the me, and the relationship between these three, like the beautiful triangle of that. Now, in the meditation, one of the things that came through this weekend when I was preparing for today was the candle flame. So you see that I put a candle behind me. So as part of the meditation, we're going to feel into a sense of that fire, that light. And this is more for, will be easier if you're more if you lean towards the kinesthetic and the feeling base when you imagine versus the visual. So what we're going to explore is feeling that light going up like the flame of the candle, and then also feeling it expand as light expanding out and up, and sort of, how candles flicker, but there's this sort of flame that's rising up. So we're going to feel that width and that rising as energy within us. And we're going to fill with light, and we're going to do some breathing exercises, and we're going to look for those symbols, words, experience that bring us into connection with the universal, the true self, and the personal self. And in doing that, one of the things that happens is that we prepare ourselves for any moments in life where it's helpful to have this connection. So in my work, it's always helpful before I coach someone, before I teach. It's helpful if I'm going into a situation that's stressful. It's helpful if I'm just feeling bad and I want to have reassurance. That's I can use reassuring language. That's one way to reassure oneself. I can ask a family member, a friend for reassurance. But then there's this deeper reassurance from the mystical realm or from the non-ordinary reality. And that's where I really find that leaning into this and knowing that we can bring this in is so helpful. Also, before going to sleep at night, this really connects us to our subconscious in a way that can be healing, empowering, and can allow gifts of intuition to just sort of naturally expand more. Okay, I hope that's helpful. And by the way, I also want to give a special shout out to those of you who joined either group coaching or mentorship group. Both groups have the live classes tomorrow and on Saturday as well. And I want you to know that I am now designing all meditations with you guys in mind, with what we're learning each week in the program. So you can ask me questions after our meditation about leading these meditations, and just know this isn't your last chance to have questions. We will keep processing these throughout the month. And this month is about higher self and energy tools. So that's going to be the meditations focuses and also the class focuses. Okay, so gosh, I've got a little excess nervous energy today that I don't normally have when I'm guiding meditation. So I'm just putting it out there to relax myself, because sometimes if I speak it, it gives me a little bit more space to just relax. So just notice where you're at today. I just shared where I'm at. And as you notice where you're at, give yourself permission, if you'd like, to close your eyes or put your hand on your heart or on your legs, whatever feels right, just connecting to the body and connecting to your breath. Sometimes to begin deepening our relaxation, we can just gently caress our legs, like from the top of our thighs down to our knees and back. And, see if that feels comfortable for you. It's a nice, grounding, relaxing, connecting way to kind of self-massage. It can be a very light touch. The other thing we could do is hold our own hands. And just taking some nice full breaths, whatever feels right for your body today, as you connect with yourself, with your body. And we're going to begin alternate nostril breathing. If for anyone this is difficult due to a cold or allergies or just doesn't feel right, take the breathing instructions just through both nostrils. Don't worry about changing nostrils. But I'm in a model doing the alternate nostril breathing. So closing the right side with the right index finger and breathing in through the left. And just breathe into the count of 4, 3, 4, and then pausing the breath as you change finger positions, closing the left side and exhaling right, 3, 4. Pausing after your exhale and inhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath and changing sides with your finger and exhaling left. Count to yourself to the count of 4. And when you're at the bottom, pause and inhale left. When you're at the top of the inhale, change sides, and you may want to focus on your forehead. And then exhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath and inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, change sides, and just let your attention rest on your forehead. Then exhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath as you pause and feel your seat. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change sides and notice your forehead as you hold your breath. Exhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath and feel your seat. Notice your feet. And inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath and change sides. Notice your forehead. And exhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last breath cycle. When you're ready, inhaling left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath, changing sides with your finger. And when you're ready, exhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath, noticing your seat. Inhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Changing sides, noticing your forehead as you hold your breath. Exhaling left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dropping your finger from your nose and letting your hands rest on your lap. And just breathing naturally. Again, if it feels good to massage the legs a little. And taking a moment to notice your body. Listening to the body. We don't have to do anything the body says, but we can listen to them. Allowing that space for hearing our body. Maybe we move a little, maybe our breath changes a little. And next, we're going to just allow ourselves to sink a little bit deeper today into our own system. I like to put a hand on my heart and a hand on my lower belly, and then notice the feet. If you're lying down, you can also notice your back body. And in this position of connection, what's it like to smile with a little bit of self-gratitude? Saying something kind to yourself. Even something as simple as I'm showing up right now. I'm showing up for peace, for myself. I'm showing up in some way. And just imagining now that there is some kind of roots or cord that connect you to Mother Earth. You can send this down from your lowest energy center in your spine, kind of your sits bones area, down into the earth. Or if you prefer to feel it through your feet or your back body if you're lying down, just imagining a beautiful form of light that connects you to all the wonderful energy, the prana of earth. And breathing and allowing this connection. And just bringing to mind those 3 parts of self and allowing all 3 to connect right now to this beautiful moment of being with yourself, with Earth. The you that makes decisions, the you that has likes and dislikes, that might get nervous or excited. Also the you that is your truest, most soul self, that is perhaps always there for you. Perhaps you experience this true self next to you or resting in your heart, or as a kind of gentle, kind teacher to yourself. Just allowing any idea you have, whether that's a thought or an image, a feeling, of what is this true self? Or you might call it your soul or your higher self. Ideas, thoughts, feelings, sensations, just letting them be here with you, allowing the connection between the body, the regular self, and the higher self that is always here, always with us. Sometimes we can tune in, and in this meditation, we're allowing ourselves to deepen the connection, gently allowing images, sensations, feelings of this true self that has been with you through all time, all experiences, and will be with you always. And just letting your breath start to be like the candle flame. It might be in your breath you feel the candle flame. It might be in your imagination or in your heart center or your throat or your whole body. What's it like to be the candle flame with your whole body? And if it feels good, I'm going to show, if you want to open your eyes or just imagine bringing your hands together, or really bring your hands together, and just gently move them up slowly, hands together in prayer position, just like the flame of a candle. And then gently down and open, allowing that wideness, that expansion. And then together again, that candle flame moving up and down. And in your own way, in your own time, whether in your imagination or with your body, opening the hands, feeling that expansion, and just allowing this to happen naturally as you bring into your awareness the sense of the universal, the expanded self that is connected to every grain of sand, every wave, every air molecule, every cloud in the sky. What comes to you as you allow this universal to be here? This sense of expanded, loving connection with all that is. Allow your own words to come in as you breathe and feel. And in the space of the practice now, you're in your own way, bringing connection to your personality, your regular self, with your higher self, and with your universal self, allowing all three to be experienced as you breathe, relax. What's it like to just allow your exhale to gently widen your energy so that your energy is even bigger, relaxed, slow, like a big smile, arms gently opening perhaps. And what's it like to just allow the inhale to be gentle, natural, noticing your breath and feeling your body. Your hands might move Thoughts might come, images might come, feelings might come, and that's okay. Allowing the spaciousness of the moment to just be, and things can pass through this spaciousness in their own way. You might have a symbol show up for yourself, a symbol of your higher self, or a symbol of the connection of all three parts of you. You might have a movement that helps you feel into that connection with all three parts of you. There might be a word. And this is the map you're creating of this connection with your higher self, with your universal self. Just allowing feelings, images, movements to guide you, connect you with your subconscious, with your wideness of being, your expanded nature, with all the goodness in the world, in the universe. And knowing that this is a form of connection that gives you reassurance, relaxation, safety, inner kindness. Now let's just allow ourselves to be like a bright, luminous light, filling our body, our mind with this light. However you imagine this light, it might have a color, it might be clear, it might be like the candle flame. And just imagine that light growing in your heart center, in your belly, in your legs, in your shoulders, in your face. Imagining this luminous, beautiful healing light and letting that light expand through you, as you, around you. You're the maker of this experience. So if you wish to give the light qualities, you can play, you can be creative, use your imagination. Your light might have a color, it might have a texture, it might have words or music, gestures with your hands or your face or your body. And as you're with this light, imagining it in you, around you, you don't have to visualize. Instead, you can feel, you can know, you can speak it with words. You can give yourself your own inner directions. And just imagining that this light is the light from universal love, the light that comes through space and time to give you blessings and healing and connection with your own inner self, your higher self, your connection with the universe, your universal self. Letting this light, maybe it wants to center in a certain place in the body, or maybe it wants to bring you messages or healing outside of the body, like a lovely glowing star that you're part of. And if you want to play with it and just expand your arms and just see what's it like to imagine light is all around me. above me, below me, to my sides, in front of me, behind me. Breathe and be that light, that glowing warmth. And in your own way now, just scanning your body, allowing your breath to start at your feet and just sort of roll up the body as you inhale and roll down the body as you exhale. Breathing in and rolling up the body. Breathing out and gently flowing down. A few more breaths like this, breathing in and rolling up. See what it's like to go really high up, touching the sky, the universe, the stars, and then gently rolling down the body, around the body, touching the ground, Mother Earth. And when you're ready, inhaling up through the center of your being, gently letting that light go up through the crown of your head to touch the sky, the sun. And gently, when you're ready, just allowing that glowing, loving warmth to cascade down your body, connecting to every part of you, all the way down to your feet. And doing this now in your own way in silence for a minute. Being this light, resting as this light, or moving as this light. Just feeling what is right for this moment today. And taking your time now just to imagine the universal you, that expanded connection with all creation, all life, all nature, all planetary systems, all space and time. Imagine this part of you as it relates to you. Is it the space of every breath? Is it in a location? Is it in your heart? Is it a void? What feels right for you? And then imagining yourself, your person, the part of you that goes about their day, taking care of things, relaxing, laughing, crying, deciding, doing. And let them be here with you as well, with the universal friends together, and the higher self, the always present part of you that is both personal and ageless, timeless, always there to be of support, of guidance, a quiet, nurturing, higher self. Notice if they're with you in a certain way through a feeling, a symbol, a word, a shape, a sense. The body might give you information. The mind might give you ideas or thoughts. The feeling heart might give you sensation, knowing. And let yourself allow an even greater connection with all three of you. You might imagine that these different parts of you are holding hands or in layers around you, embracing, or just holding space together for yourself and for all of humanity, all beings. And see what it's like, whatever you're feeling, to just allow the gentleness in you, the loving, very aware, very aligned with truth and expansion and connection, letting this sort of emanate like a glow, like light just fills a space. And as it fills you, if you wish, you can send it as a wish to others as well. And in your own way, make that wish for all others. Perhaps it's to feel their own light, or to feel joy or peace or health, to find comfort, whatever your wish is, just allowing that to be a gentle flow. And as you give this wish, so you receive the wish. And in this way, we very safely, lovingly connect with all these parts of ourself while still being in connection with the wishes and the intentions we have for others. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and just gently tapping your fingers, your thumb to each finger. If there's a wish you have for yourself right now, allow that to be present as you tap each finger in your own way, feeling it or sensing it or saying it. Or it might be my fingers just decided to stay with my middle finger and my thumb. So just noticing if your hands have their own message today. I keep wanting to close my eyes again. That's a message. And when you're ready, let's just rub our hands together. Place our hands on our heart if it feels right, or our throats, and just take a nice breath. And if you can imagine sort of an inner bow to yourself, to this loving truth within you, just take that inner bow. And it's nice to be back with you guys in this space. And I'm gonna just, I wanna share my screen to see all of you. Let's see if I go to gallery. Do you guys see everybody there when I'm in gallery view? Yeah. I don't know if I'm just seeing it or we're all seeing it, but.
I think we're just seeing you, Magli. I did.
Oh, okay. Well, anyone who wants to put their screen in gallery view, then you'll see everybody. And I'm gonna, I'm not sure how to turn off my, let's see. I see you, Linda. That's nice. So, I wanted to, so Linda, are you sharing your screen now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay. Do we have our chat open that everyone can see chat? Okay, great. All right. Well, I would love to know how that meditation was for you. For some reason, I'm not seeing the chat though. I'm trying to, oh, there it is. There, it just opened up. Great. Oh, sending you love, Cynthia. Yeah, and love to your dad too. Um, yeah, okay. I got some direct messages and some to the group. You guys can control if you want to share with the whole group. direct message I got was greater wholeness. And Linda, I am still seeing you, but I'm not sure. Maybe I have to, there we go. If I spotlight for everyone, maybe. Okay. Um, I'm curious, does anyone have a question? I can also go over what the stages of that meditation was. And what I'm hoping to help you guys with is a way to quickly find that map to your connection with higher self, with universal and your deep connection, so that you can do it very quickly, like in less than a minute. And when would you want to be able to do that? Why don't we write in the chat when we would want to be able to do that? Personally, I want to do that every time I lead a meditation, every time I teach, every time I think to do it. I like to be in that connection. When we're feeling out of alignment, absolutely, Kylie. Yep. And there's no right or wrong answer, right? It's whatever it is for us. Definitely in moments of fear or pain. Really, really, really helpful. Yep. Anxiety, absolutely. Oh, beautiful, Sue Ellen, inner energy. Wow. Yeah. And I, I don't think I've ever brought in the candle flame. There are very specific meditations to work with fire element and candles, and this was not one of those. This was sort of a different, I don't know, I'm sure someone's led it in the same way before, but for me, it was a very kinesthetic experience of not a visual one of the candle, but of being that light and just seeing what it's like to feel it. So I wonder if that connected with anybody else. Yeah, and someone shared privately with me that it's really helpful to do that as you transition in the day. I'm sure some of you can really relate to that who might like have a different kind of home life to their work life, that it's really helpful to be able to like have a process that we use to transition between these parts of life. Also, if any of you have ever been with someone who is not very nice to you or who you struggle to be around, this is support. You might have to be in that environment with that person or people, but you can also tune into your own support team to this connection. Okay, I love all the shares. I'm gonna go ahead and just put up that slide again, and please raise your hand. I think I saw a hand and then it went away. We're gonna have time for questions too or shares. So let's see if I can. Oh, I guess for some reason I can't. Let me see if there, guys. Can you guys see those slides? So the stages of meditation, I actually did them out of order. So Linda reminded me today to tell everyone for me to be authentic, and she was coaching me before. I was sharing with her my nervousness, and she was coaching me, and she said, "Remember, be authentic. Remember, don't be afraid to make mistakes. This is good for all of us in the coaching community to feel and know." And so I made a mistake. Proudly, I made a mistake. I started more with the alternate nostril and then went to the grounding. Did anyone notice that? That's okay. No problem. I also threw in the hands on the legs, and I did that because I felt some nervousness in my system, and that connects me, and it's a form of nervous system regulation, just like holding hands. So I brought those in as a leader to serve the group, but also to serve myself. And I think this is really important when we're leaders of anything, that we are also serving our own needs in that moment and being able to show up for ourselves like that is really, really important. So one of the intentions in this meditation was to actually give options to our normal, to the way I usually guide the higher self journey, meeting the teacher to the higher self. I wanted more to enter a zone where we just allowed this sensing of these three parts of us, this connection, without such a kind of journey or hypnotic process. More, here we are in the space of our body and our breath and our energy. And we use the hands a lot and the sensation of the candle. And in that space, we bring up whatever comes, symbols, movements. I'm sure you each had your own way of relating to that. Now, if you were doing this with a client one-on-one, a lot could be shared from your client to you and to themselves out loud as well. That would be really supportive. If you're doing this practice on your own, away from the group or not in this environment or even in this environment, taking some notes for yourself afterwards so you remember. And you have that as like a map, a shorthand you can call on when you need this support or when you just want it. I usually think about it when I'm walking, whether it's in my neighborhood or in a beautiful place or in a terrible place. It doesn't matter. Walking stimulates me to remember to allow this connection. And same when I'm sitting down to meditate. I feel into that connection every time. So we also did a lot of filling with a light vibration. And in many energy healing practices, there's this beautiful notion or idea that light is a form of healing. So when we imagine rays of light or streams of light, it's used in different ways, or water as well. But today we're doing light. Can be colored light or just whatever comes to you as light. But light is a central energy healing metaphor for giving oneself a filling up with, I use the word resources, but you might use blessings or love or something else. The word doesn't matter, but that filling in with that universal that heals whatever is needing in our system to be healed, whether that's at the energy level of a physical something or an emotional or a psychic, or we don't even know, but we don't have to know. We're just inviting that healing light. And then that filling up creates a strengthening and an expansion that can be shared. As part of the process of filling up, we did the body wave up and down. That's also a practice you can use before going to sleep if you want to practice something really cool like astral projection or lucid dreaming. That body wave up and down. It's also in yoga. It has a name like waterfall breath. I'm forgetting the exact name, but it's a beautiful movement with the sensing up the body and down the body as you're breathing slowly. And then when we kind of sat in that connection, we gave the option to share it, to send out those wishes and to receive. So I always like to, if possible, if it works, end a meditation with that giving and receiving, and really making sure that participants know that as they give, so they receive from each other. I think it at an energy level connects us. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Anyone have a share, a thought, an ache? Bernadette, hi, how are you?
Okay, 1 second. Hello, good. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here because just like I am emailing Linda, I am really wanting to do meditation just like you do. And again, every
Oh,
time you say you're nervous, you made a mistake, oh, I'm happy. So that means I can do it. If I'm nervous, it's okay. It's normal. So I'm so excited. So The way I understand with the meditation today with the higher self is like it's a place to be home, that when you're happy, a place to share your joy. It's like with you have like three people around you. It's like you have a supporter, consultant, you have like someone who will say, yeah, you did good, but you know what, you do better this time, something like you feel at home. So I feel like the way that meditation today is like I have my own personal consultant. My higher self is my mirror, that I am doing it right or not. If I make mistakes, she tell me. She's my observer, she's my reminder, or a place to relax and rest and to be myself. Like I can be bad, I can be sad, I can be just like you said, I'm nervous, I'm not happy, you know what, I'm not even sure, I made a mistake, wherein I can be myself. I can say that. I don't have to hide. I don't have to look like I am the genius or whatever. I can be the bad person, but I can also be the very intelligent person.
So
And
can
the
I ask you a question, Bernadette? Is there a deep acceptance of whatever you are that you feel from your higher self?
deep acceptance.
Acceptance, like does your higher self, when it's giving you this information, like the consultant, do you
Mm.
feel it's love and acceptance?
Yes, it's like I really feel I am at home. I can be by myself, that no one will criticize me, no one will judge me, even though I know I made a mistake. I know I did not do
Yeah,
good. Seems like
yeah.
even if I am not perfect, I feel I am being loved, I'm being accepted, a feeling of belonging.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And that's so much the purpose, because gosh, I think almost all of us have that times when we might criticize ourselves, or we might, I mean, we all make mistakes, right?
Hmm.
A
Yeah.
metaphor I love that one of my teachers uses is we're all going to drop a plate once in a while.
Yes.
And you know what? We got to be able to just pick it up. And sometimes when we have this connection, it allows us to have the energy to say, okay, I can pick up that plate now.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. I know you a little bit. I'm guessing the universal was more like God for you. Was that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
beautiful.
I also want to use, because I feel that's my calling, because every time I do something, that's the reason why I think I cannot find my niche. But now I feel like I am ready, because I feel like I want to do meditation using God's words. And now it's just so easy. It's like when you give me a topic, I can do it right now. I can do it on the spot.
That's
That's what I
awesome.
feel right now. But then
Oh, that's wonderful.
I keep on attending to you to make sure that I'm doing is really right, that I'm not disobeying or not breaking any laws or legal thing. But of course, every
I'm
time I
not a
watch you,
lawyer.
but of course, every time I watch you, I feel there's little bit that I can go better and better.
Beautiful, wonderful. It's so good to have you in the community and to be here with you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Um, and Anastasia, hi. It was so great to talk to you, Bernadette. How are you, Anastasia? I'm sorry, were you eating? And I called on
Uh,
you.
no, no, I was relaxing. I got so relaxed now, and I removed my headset because then I was not sure actually if people can hear me when I talk in headset or not.
Oh, I don't know. We hear you now.
Okay, thank you. It was so good experience. I really needed it today. And I want to describe what I felt. I
Yeah.
didn't manage to connect to all aspects, but I managed to connect to the inner through me,
Yeah.
and that was soft.
Mm,
I'm very harsh to myself. I'm greatest self-critic you can find.
mm,
And today, the whole day, I've been I was planning that today I will get up in the morning and I will set up meditation circle for next times ahead. I had one 2 weeks ago, and it was like it was very nice, but it was nerve-breaking because I didn't know if people are coming or not,
mhm.
and it made me feeling so anxious and made like a rejection trigger inside of
Yeah.
me, like really
Yeah.
trigger. So until the last moment, I didn't know. And then four people came, and I was very happy. So I didn't cancel it, so I led it. And then my boyfriend told me, you have to appoint these things in advance. You have to do it in advance.
Mhm.
And I was telling him like, yeah, it's a good idea. I should do it in advance. And I've been procrastinating for a week now. I didn't manage to like really sit and schedule. And yesterday I was telling to myself, Nastasia, today in the morning, you get up, you sit and you schedule and you put those events on Facebook. What do you think I did? I made cookies.
You made cookies?
Yes, I didn't do events. I made cookies.
Were they delicious?
Yes, they were good. That's the whole point is that like, I mean,
Oh,
I hate
no.
cleaning kitchen. I cleaned kitchen. I
Yeah,
made cookies.
yeah,
Didn't do events.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're broke. You need these events. What the fuck is going on with you? So I was like really going at me, like trying to, push me
Yeah.
into organizing things. And then I called a friend and uh, she does her events, like different events, but also like event maker. We were talking a little bit and she's like, yeah, you have a resistance because of a reason. You have to find the reason for your resistance. And I was like, oh my God, why do I have this resistance? I know we were trying to brainstorm. And now I had this meditation with you. And once I tapped into this softness, that inner softness of my true nature, I didn't have this self-critic going at me. Like I've been anxious for my self-critic.
Yeah,
It was so
yeah,
hard going at me.
yeah.
And once I touched on me, I don't know, I just felt so embraced and so like the words would be kind. Like not only to our other people, but to be kind to yourself.
Yeah, and to those moments of resistance, I think if we shift our reaction to resistance, it's like in a nightmare. If you're having a dream that's a nightmare that's scaring you, and you're able to become aware enough in the dream to give a hug to what scares you, it
Oh,
dissolves.
really?
So it's
You
the
try?
same, yes, almost all. I mean, I've never heard of it not happening. If we're able to show love in a nightmare to the thing that scares us, we're awake enough to know we're dreaming and to be kind to it. It takes away the fear or the resistance. So as you soften and you feel into your higher self and you expand in the universal, see if you can also bring in, like, let this light and love heal. I don't have to even know why the resistance is there, but see if you can direct that light to any moments of resistance, letting them dissolve in the light.
Even without knowing what it is.
Even without knowing what it is, we can even just set that as an intention. Let this universal loving light that I'm bringing in and wrapping myself with, let it also heal and move and care for and melt away or dissolve whatever that resistance is that I'm aware of, or whatever that wound is, whatever that is. You don't have to know why. You just guide that light to it.
Okay. But another aspect of resistance, could it be sign that it's not a time or it's not a place, not something
Is
out
it is it more of a
outside?
message? Is it more like a
Yeah.
warning, like this
Could
isn't
it be
right?
that also? Or
Well,
you don't
you're
think?
asking the question, and I think only you have the answer. But so, once when I was terrified of teaching, this was many years ago, I was really terrified of giving my first live event in person with people. And my teacher, Frank, said, you know, usually what we're really afraid of like this professionally of showing up, it's it's for most people, it's not a message not to do it. For most people, I'm not saying I don't know for you, but he said to me, for most people it's a natural fear that's arising because we want it so much. Like we so much want to guide the meditation or teach the class or do the thing, that fear tries to protect us. But it's not really a message we shouldn't do it. It's just sort of a natural, unfortunate response we have. And if we can recognize it, it's just my fear or it's just my resistance, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to show up. And then see, then you can evaluate and cancel, but you decide how many you want to show up for, 4, 6, and then decide.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll definitely think that after I tapped into that softness of true self, I think something changes, something transforms as well. Definitely. And I think I'm going to tap when I'm going to be in the process of creating text and event, I'm going to tap into this and make it from that place, from the place of softness and kindness.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing. And I think your words will help a lot of people because many of us have that same resistance. So you're not alone. You know, like I think
Thanks,
you
good to
brought
know
this
that.
up to help many people. And, you know, I'm thinking of these words of wisdom from people in my past. At another point, I thought I was working with this wonderful teacher. Her name is Jetta. What a name. Her real given name was Jetta, like a Jetta Knight. But anyways, I was saying to her, why would I teach meditation? Like, why would I ever guide a meditation when people could go to you or they could go to my meditation teacher, Adyashanti? Why? Why should I do it? And she was like, because we're all unique. We all have a specific way that we guide, that we show up for those. And it's not it's not like a logical thing. The people who need you will find you. It's we each have our way. And I actually didn't start teaching meditation for a couple years after she said that to me. But I always remembered her once I started to do it and loved doing it, and it it seemed to help a lot of people. I always thought of her because another teacher might have said to me, yeah, send all your students to me. Don't guide meditation, send them all to me. Why should they go to you, Magli? She could have easily, and I would have sent them all to her. I was happy to do that. But she was very clear. We all have a specific gift frequency to share with the world, that we, when we show up, it's being of service. Okay, and I'm so happy to see 2 more hands up. Rosio, help me with your name, your beautiful name. There we go. I'm not hearing you yet. I'm hitting ask to unmute. There we go.
I'm sorry about that. I was working in pushing and didn't work. You got unmuted.
And I remember we were together at group right before the holidays, right? Oh, you hold on. We're not hearing you. There we go. I'm asking you to unmute. Let's see if it works. Yep, great.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Let me share. Yeah, I thank you for remember me. I wanted to share today with your meditation. I haven't been meditating for a while, but today was really a wake-up call, because after the breathing part of it, it breathed me a lot of awareness of what really is, and the monkey mind on my back of my mind that my brain is being bringing it and getting me upset and giving me maybe a little anxiety. It was something that is being bothering me, and that part of it I kind of awakening my awareness, and it make me look at it into a different perception, looking at it with more compassionate, with more positive thoughts.
Yeah.
I thought it was wonderful that as little as, we did 30 minutes meditation, and it didn't even took the whole meditation when it really brought up this awareness of, okay, this is bothering me, this is present, I need to do something about this, and how I'm going to approach it to move forward. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. And we have Bella. Hi, Bella. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good.
So it's so great to see you in person. I
Oh,
remember seeing
yeah. It's great to be here with you. Yeah.
So I had a great meditation. It's the first kind of whole body meditation I've had in a long time. And I've had so much energy in my hands. I
Oh,
haven't felt that in a while. So
yeah.
that was really great.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you that I really, when I was really into the meditation, it was going for about 10 minutes, I saw a circle of doves surrounding me.
Wow.
And the word that came up was love.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate your
Oh,
wonderful meditations and that they're not just 5 minutes. You know, you really
yeah.
get into it, you explain it, and you're such a wonderful teacher.
Oh,
Just want
thank
to
you.
thank
And
you so
thank you
much.
for sharing with us that beautiful healing image, a circle of doves. Did you feel them, see them? Did they
You
surround
know,
you?
well, I was feeling a lot of energy in my body,
Uh-huh.
but I saw them. I'm very visual. I
That's
try to
amazing.
feel, but it's
Yeah.
really easy. I got very warm. That's what I did.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But I just saw the circle
Yeah.
of doves. They're all going in the same direction, all around me.
Oh, that's beautiful. When you feel a lot of energy in your hands, is there anything you do to help that? Is it comfortable or?
I love it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I really feel, and I've been doing this for a long time. So
Yeah.
when I feel the energy, I just kind of surround myself. If I make my hands larger, I can feel it all over that part of my body.
Oh, that's
So,
great. Yeah. It's
so,
good for people to hear that and what you do with it because like for some people it might be uncomfortable. And so sometimes if it's uncomfortable, the suggestion I give, I like what you said to surround it, like kind of spread it out. Also, in more like emergency situations where someone it's like really too much, giving it to a tree is really nice. Or to like if you have an animal that likes to receive the energy or a plant or something, um, sometimes that's nice. A person, it might be very stimulating. So I don't suggest a person unless you're like you are very experienced with it. And yeah, yeah, that's great.
yeah. Well,
Thank
so much.
you. Thank you for sharing. And I think that'll help a lot of people too. All right.